right, guys, welcome to Thursday Night Football Showdown. We've got Ian on, and we've got Jet Central, Ian from Jet Central, and we've got Joe from Broncos. We're talking Thursday Night Football Showdown. So let's start off with this. I'm not excited about this game at all. Let's be honest. I'm just not excited about it at all, to say the least. But we're going to talk to both the ambassadors, get a feel for who's going to win. I'm leaning towards the Broncos here. Let's get their feedback, and let's just get right to it here. And I kind of feel for Ian. I'm going to bring him on. There he is. He's got the green light in the back. And I'm really feeling for you, Ian. What are your thoughts here on this game? I mean, the Jets, let's be honest, they suck.
Yeah, I mean, they do. Let's not sugarcoat anything here. But the good news is for the Jets, you know, you look at this Broncos team, not only are they winless, but they're not going with Von Miller. Cortland Sutton is not playing. Phillip Lindsay's banged up. And, of course, Drew Lock, I mean, he's out too. And I think they're even down to their third-string quarterback, Brett Rippon. So if the Jets, if they had any chance against any team out there, this is the Broncos team that, you know, they could probably make something happen against.
Like, I'm trying my best. Like, last week wasn't the most exciting game, but I'm honestly trying. Who was it? Like, Jacksonville versus, I can't remember who it was, Cincinnati or something like that, or Miami?
Yeah, Miami Jaguars.
Listen, I can't. For the life of me, I love football, and I know it's the only thing to watch, and I'm trying my absolute hardest to watch. The only thing that I'm excited about this game for, and we're going to get Joe talking about the Broncos here, is this Brent Rippon guy, whatever the hell his name is, because I found out, I was going through my rookie cards, my Prism cards, and Prism cards, if you know cards, are the most expensive cards out you can get. Like, they're the best card on the market, right? Panini Prisms. So I'm going through my card, and I actually got this Brent Rippon card. It's a rookie card. It's signed. It's beautiful. It's a purple one. So I'm hoping that he somehow breaks out tonight. So that's the only reason I'm watching tonight. Aside from that, man, I feel for you, and it must be really hard being a Jets ambassador. And nice thing about Fan-to-Fan Network, if you guys aren't following Fan-to-Fan's website, there's a link below, fan2fannetwork.com. Bookmark it and follow these ambassadors on the page. But I'm telling you, it's like, I feel for you being a fan, because it's got to be hard, right, Ian? It's got to be hard this year.
Yeah, it's almost like, you know, they're just kind of all the Jets fans at least are kind of wandering around like this dark tunnel, and nobody really sees the light. And until Jets fans have some sort of answers, like what's going to happen with Adam Gase, who's going to come in and fill his shoes if, you know, he does in fact get fired, what's going to happen with Sam Darnold, is it going to be Trevor Lawrence, is it going to be Darnold, who knows? Once the Jets fans get a little bit of clarity, that's when I really think the optimism is going to, you know, take off.
But when is enough? Like, when is enough? Is this the final straw? Like, if they win tonight, does Gase, you know, is he secure? Like, when is enough now?
I mean, if I was running the team, it would, I mean, that's been passed. But as far as what the rumors are saying, what the reports are pretty much, you know, alluding to, is the fact that whether the Jets win or lose tonight, Adam Gase will be sticking around at least for this week. So he will be the coach, you know, next week, week 5. But, you know, if the Jets do go out there and lose by 40, I mean, I don't know. Like, you never really know, but that's just kind of like the scuttlebutt as we stand right now, is that he's safe for now.
All right, Joe, can I bring you on here for a sec here? Let's talk Broncos. Joseph,
yeah,
we're talking Broncos. What's going on?
Before I really get into the Broncos, I just wanted to touch on one thing. I know that you were talking about how we have a sucky matchup tonight, and I'm seeing everybody all across NFL platforms everywhere talk about how it's a sucky matchup. But I just have a few things of why we should be excited for this game and why we should be excited that we have football tonight. First of all, I think overall we should just be thankful that we have football. We're seeing with the Titans and the Steelers, their game is getting delayed because of coronavirus. Secondly, I mean, this game could have major implications. Like we mentioned before, that Adam Gase, he could be packing if they lose, or if they lose the next couple games, he could be gone. And to be honest, who doesn't want Adam Gase gone? Whether it's Jets fans or fantasy football owners or people like Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, at the end of the day, it is a pretty even matchup. Like, I would rather watch two pretty even teams, even if they're evenly bad, go at each other, rather than, like, I wouldn't want to watch the Seahawks just put a pounding on the Jets on Thursday Night Football, or I wouldn't want to watch the Chiefs put a pounding on an injured Broncos team on Thursday Night Football. I mean, if we're going to get a primetime matchup, at least give us a competitive one.
Can you guys hear the applause? You guys can hear the applause? I'm playing you can hear that?
Yeah.
All right. Those are my sound effects for Adam Gase. So what are your thoughts on that, Ian? What do you think?
No, I mean, he's 100% right. Like at the end of the day, it's not the most ideal matchup in the world, but like Joe was saying, it's football. I'm so happy that we do have it. But who knows? It could be one step closer for the Jets to this number 1 pick. So we'll see how it all plays out.
So is there any chance in hell? I mean, this is they say there's no such thing as a stupid question. I've heard that before. Is there any chance in hell that this game is entertaining? Anyone want to chime in on that? Like, can it be entertaining at all?
Oh, I think it definitely could be entertaining. Like I just said it. It's two pretty even teams. Like the Broncos may be down to their third string quarterback, but it's still a new quarterback that we haven't seen yet.
Right.
Brett Rippon is a guy. He's a smart quarterback. He can get the ball out fast. I think that he's competent enough to carry this offense, unlike Jeff Driscoll. And I mean, like the Broncos have a good defense, but their defense is all hurt. And so we have bad defense matching up against a bad defense and a bad offense matching up against a bad offense. I mean, something's got to pull through here. Either we're going to get a competitive defensive game or we're going to get a competitive offensive game. I don't think we're really going to get anything in between. It's going to be one or the other.
Yeah, you're right. Josiah the Baller said you said the C word with the pandemic, so now it's gonna demonetize the video. That's true. Try not to say that if you can, but who cares? I mean, it's not a big deal. We don't care too much about that. So yeah, man. I mean, it sucks with what happened with the Steelers game. I really wanted that to happen because I got some Steelers stock in fantasy football. Deontay Johnson being one of them, and I got Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback in my other league. So it's very unfortunate that happened. It is what it is. So yeah, I mean. This Brent guy, whatever his name is, Rippin, whatever the hell his name is, I hope he has a huge game because again, I've got his rookie card. That's the only reason I'm watching this game is that he has a breakout game. That's it.
So Joseph.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask you, is Rippin's not a rookie, right? He's second year?
Yeah, this is his second year. He spent the entire last season on the practice squad. With the exception of 2 games, he came up to be our backup to Brandon Allen. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he started this season as our third string quarterback. Blake Bortles is on the team now. He's just not ready to play. He's only been on the team for about a week now. But Brett Rippon, like I was saying before, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out and has a good game because one of the biggest flaws for the Broncos this season has been that they're just taking sack after sack. But I don't think that it's because of our offensive line being bad. I think that it's just Jeff Driscoll being Jeff Driscoll. I was looking at a metric the other day where it said like out of 93 or 94 qualifying quarterbacks, Jeff Driscoll was like the most sacked quarterback, like on a common basis. Meanwhile, Drew Lock was like number 1 or number 2 best at not being sacked. So, and I think that Brett Rippon won't get sacked nearly as much. Not necessarily saying that the Jets won't be able to apply pressure. I just think that Rippon's one of those quarterbacks that he will get the ball out fast, whether it's for a 5-yard gain, 3-yard gain, 8-yard gain. I think he's just going to try to keep the chains moving rather than taking those deep shots.
Right. How did he look in preseason?
Yeah. I mean,
Like
last year in preseason, last year in preseason, he looked average. Maybe even a little bit below average. He's always been one of those guys. He's just like a smart player. Like he knows exactly what he's doing when he goes onto the field. It's just one of the things that's always held him back is that he's just not too talented. Like he doesn't have the arm of a Drew Lock or a Sam Darnold. He knows what he's doing. It's just whether he can actually go out onto the field and actually convert.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense.
Listen, I know you got
actually.
Sorry, go ahead.
He finished last game in the fourth quarter. He took over for the final drive against the Buccaneers, and he completed 8 passes in a row to start his career in the NFL. And then it was his 9th throw where he was in the red zone and he's trying to throw it to Jerry Jeudy, and he just got picked off. So I mean, he's thrown 9 passes and none of them have hit the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it says something about the Broncos coaching staff's belief in Rippon that they were able to pull the trigger on Driscoll so early. 1 game, he's gone.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it was majorly just a part of the sacks. I mean, there's just certain things that you can't do during a football game, and you just can't lose yards. I mean, it's better to go 3 and out with a 3rd and 10 than go 3 and out, but you put yourself in a situation to now when you're punting it, you're also 10 to 20 yards backed up. So taking sacks and holding calls are just one of those things that are unacceptable. And I think that's just one of the main reasons why it led to Driscoll just getting put away so fast.
Right.
So I got to ask you here. I know, Ian, you got to be realistic here with the Jets. What are your expectations for this game score-wise? Do they have a chance? I mean, anyone's got a chance to win, but are they going to win this game? And if they do, how would they possibly pull the win off here?
Well, I would say, I mean, when you look at who's actually playing the games, because I know Denver's like depleted with injuries, but at the end of the day, the Jets are too. A lot of guys are going to be missing. Le'Veon Bell, Mekhi Becton's questionable, so we'll see where the Jets stand on the injury front. But I think at the end of the day, it just comes down to the Jets actually, executing, not turning the football over. We saw it. We saw it last week. Darnold just threw 2 pick sixes. He threw another interception in the red zone, essentially taking points off the board for the Jets. Just not turning the football over, just playing smart ball overall and trying to slowly chip away. I think it's going to be a pretty low scoring game.
What about you, Mr. Denver Broncos? Joseph, what are your thoughts, man?
I mean, I think it will be a competitive game. I think there will be a little more high-flying offense than some may think. I think the over/under is set at like 40. I think we'll probably hit the over. I think it will probably end up being like 24-20 Broncos win. I think it will be relatively close, and I think that there will be action throughout the game, whether it's on the offensive or defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it's hard to take this game for granted, even though, like you said, Joe, I mean, I was here a little bit down after talking to you. You got to appreciate the fact that we do have some football. Just think of it as a chess match. Doesn't matter who's playing. Enjoy it. It's NFL. It's pro football. Enjoy it. Watch the game. Look for some young talent to emerge. Maybe some people breaking out and getting that opportunity to emerge. And maybe, the Jets pull up an upset here. I mean, it's not even a huge upset because you guys are banged up, right? Now, is Jerry Jeudy good to go? I think, wasn't he banged up or is he good?
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy should be good to go today. I haven't actually seen the update yet on Philip Lindsay. The last time I saw it was that he was likely to play.
I heard he wasn't.
I don't know if the Broncos have released their actives versus inactives yet, but I can look into that.
I heard he wasn't going to play, but I mean, I could be
he's
wrong.
Not gonna play?
That's what I heard,
Wow.
but I could be wrong. I mean, I heard he was like really, really questionable or something like that. But
yeah, I mean, he's coming back from a turf toe injury, and I mean, we're playing the Jets. I mean, we're a banged up team. I don't know what the coaching staff is thinking, whether like they might be embracing the tank or whether we're actually going to try to get back on track here and win a few games before Drew Lock gets back here and maybe make the playoffs. But I mean, it probably just better safe to just not play Philip Lindsay for tonight. And plus, Melvin Gordon, he can handle the workload.
He can easily, yeah, for sure.
Well,
all right.
Yeah, I mean, I was sorry to cut you off, Joe. I was actually going to ask you guys a quick question regarding Melvin Gordon because I have him in like my the big money fantasy league, and he's done nothing for me. And I want to know what's going on.
Well, he was never he had a couple good years. He was never like top tier. He's not like a Zeke Elliott kind of player. He thought of himself as that. He was never really ultra elite. And the past couple of years, he just hasn't really wowed us, right? And I think that's why he was released from the Chargers. They believed in Eckler. They saw maybe a decline, I don't know what it was. So now he's coming into a new offense, new system. Philip Lindsay saying that he wanted to fight for that job. He says it's not a guarantee that Melvin's going to get it. I'm going to fight it. So I think it's just new offense, and he just never was something that was phenomenal. He's just never that top tier player. So I had low expectations with him, mainly because, again, the new offense and the fact that he was going to be sharing that backfield with Lindsay. And that's pretty much it, man. Again, it's all predicated on matchup as well. Now, who did they play last week? Was it a tough matchup for him? I think it was, right?
Yeah. Last week it was the Buccaneers, and one of the things we were playing the Buccaneers. Todd Bowles is their defensive coordinator. He's a pretty brilliant defensive coordinator. He former head coach of the Jets. I mean, I think that he was a pretty good coach on the Jets. I just think that there was front office issues going on while he was there. But yeah, we played a tough defense. And one of the things with Melvin Gordon last week was that not only were we playing a tough defense, but we couldn't pass the ball. So the Buccaneers knew that they could put 8 people in the box. So every single time we ran it, Melvin Gordon was just going out there, and it wasn't his fault that he was just getting these 2-yard runs because defense was swarming on him. I think it will be a little bit different this game because I don't think the Jets defense. Well, I can say confidently that the Jets defense isn't as strong. And I think Ian would probably agree with that. Also, I mean, we're going to have to get him involved in the receiving game. And as we all know in fantasy football, every time you catch a point, every time you catch a pass, if you play in a PPR league, that's just another point. So that's super valuable right there.
So all right. Green light to start Melvin Gordon tonight.
That's what I would say.
So I don't know if I asked you this, but Ian, did I get your final score on this?
No. I would, man, I'm going to say 20, Denver 20, New York Jets 13.
All right. Being honest. How about you, Joe?
Yeah, I'm thinking along the lines of 24-10, 24-17. I think that it will I think we're going to slightly hit over that 40 over under.
And I think this Brent guy is going to lean and gravitate towards Noah Fant. I think that could be a good connection if you're looking at DFS, daily fantasy. I think Noah Fant is a good start. Even in a year long, I like him this week. Again, young quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks, whatever it is. It's the second year, I know, but first time really getting out there. So I think he's going to gravitate to those easy targets. I think Fant's going to be a good outlet for him this game for sure.
And also, like, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. I wouldn't recommend that you play KJ Hamler, but KJ Hamler is the type of player that you can stash on your bench right now because Brett Rippon, I think that his average depth to target is going to be very low. I think that it'll just be dumping it off to Melvin Gordon, Noah Fant, and Jerry Jeudy super short. But KJ Hamler, he's the slot wide receiver, and those slot wide receivers are the ones that like to hang around that line of scrimmage. So I wouldn't be surprised if KJ Hamler has himself a nice day. So, I mean, maybe he's somebody that you add and you put on your bench, see if he has a good day. Maybe he becomes a playable option in the future, especially when Drew Lock comes back. It's still looking like we're about another 2 to 3 weeks from that, though.
Definitely. I just hope the Thursday night football games get better. I'm assuming when they scheduled this, they were expecting, Drew Lock versus Darnold, Le'Veon Bell full force, that this game was kind of primed to be a good game. But I mean, after 3 weeks, we've seen that it may not be. So again, I'm trying to build some hype around something that is hard to build hype around, but it is. It's just, it is what it is, guys. So yeah, that's it, man. I mean, I just want to wrap this up. Any last words on this matchup? And both of you guys.
Nope, I'm all good.
Thanks for having us on. I hope the Broncos can pull out this dub for Broncos country. I mean, I hope we can turn our season around because I don't want necessarily this to be known as the Trevor Lawrence Bowl. Yeah. But I'd like to see the Broncos get a victory here.
All right, guys, there you have it. We got Joe and Ian, and I appreciate you guys being on. And that's Thursday Night Football Showdown here. There's a breakdown for you, expectations, score predictions, everything here for you guys at FTFN Network. Make sure you guys click the subscribe button. If you are here and you aren't subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And, of course, follow FTFNNetwork.com, bookmark the page for all the latest news, notes, and analysis from the top influencers in the game producing content. Real analysis, finally a voice that sports fans deserve. Guys, thank you. Enjoy this game the best you can. We're